Okay, 1 second. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Right, okay, so it's the end of another day. It's the end of the 9th, and we are... When Sunday comes around, we're only 3 weeks away until the end of the year. We are closing in, ladies and gentlemen. The tide is starting to come in, and very soon the tide will start to be rolling back again. And when the tide rolls back, what will we be expecting to see? Are we expecting to see us... Am I expecting to see myself floundering on the shore? Am I supposed to be seeing myself walking out of the water? Am I expecting myself to simply float back into the ocean? Or am I expected to float so far back that I simply get dragged and lay motionless on the ocean floor? It's sink or swim out there, ladies and gentlemen. It's a nasty state of affairs in many ways. And I kind of wanted to do like a second thought for the day, because it's kind of like a follow-up to the first one, where in the first one I explained how it should be like, we should be teaching the people of our generation, of those who have come before and those who have come afterwards, that it should be learning about working together, not fighting each other. And unfortunately, a lot of the systems I felt like I were in did not really seem keen on spreading this message of respect. Rather, it seemed to be spreading the message of the most popular opinion is the right one by default. No wonder I didn't get along with a lot of people from university. Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that bullshit. I'm not... you know what? I've long since been considering wanting to try and go back to university just to do my course again, just to try again, to see if I can do things better. But to be honest, who's to say it's not going to be the exact same bullshit that I had to put up with the first time? Who's to say I'm not going to meet the exact same people that I met the very first time? Who's to say... Well, it's got to be different. Things different because it's not the same time. It's not 2016 any longer. In 2016, I found out very quickly when I tried to join the LGBTQ club at university that they systematically sent me to the wrong location, gave me the wrong times, and when I confronted them about this, they did nothing but hurl insults and absolutely, try to piss on any idea that I should belong to them. And to be honest, I was almost like taken aback, to be honest, because for the idea that they're supposed to be accepting and loving and all this crap, I was met with the most hostile, the most rudest bunch of motherfuckers I've ever met in my life. I've ever had the misfortune of meeting in my life, and I let them know this too when I left as well. To be honest, I don't really think I consider myself joining. Or what about the Labour Society that I tried to join later in 2017, about like May or April, I think it was, that there were that there was like no organisation, there was no president, but they would happily take their money off you. Ho ho ho, yeah, that's right. They would take their money off you and then fucking do nothing about it. I got no emails, got no messages, nothing. I'll say right there, you know what? They want to say that Northumbria is University of the Year. That's fine, but you're going to have to answer for the fact that they were running scams back in 2017. Go on, try and answer that then. Because, you know what? I want my £5 back. Where is it? You know what I mean? So, in terms of this whole thing about respect I was talking about last time, ladies and gentlemen, and again, this is sort of like alludes to the thing I was talking about before. It's one thing for me to start saying respect. It's one for me to go out there and to show respect, even to people who don't respect me or don't show it in the way maybe I show it. But what difference, whatever that means, I'm not too sure. It's another thing to also say that, it doesn't mean that actually anything I say is actually going to change anybody's minds or any opinions and that. I've come to accept that. I've come to accept that maybe, just maybe, every single thing I've ever said in my life has meant absolutely nothing, and I will die alone, and everything I've said and done will be forgotten about in a second. There is literally all the evidence to prove that absolutely nothing I do now, in 5 years, in 10 years, or even 5 or 10 years ago, nothing. There is no evidence to suggest that actually, you know what? What difference have I actually made? And I suppose, to be honest, in all this talk about saying I'm a man now and I've been a man for the last 6 weeks, no. You know what? It's responsibility, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? I'm not gonna berate how terrible my university was, or berate the people who were very disrespectful to me and stuff like that. They can't apologize to me, and you know what? They're never going to apologize to me. And to be honest, I'm not even too sure if I would be particularly very accepting of it, because because unfortunately it's already happened. It's took place, and you can't say these things haven't affected me, because oh yes they have. And second, I'm not asking for an apology either. I don't ask for money. I don't ask for donations. I don't even ask for sympathy. I'm taking responsibility, ladies and gentlemen, and that's the biggest thing that any man should be able to do, is take and accept responsibility. So you know what? No, ladies and gentlemen, no, I'm not a man. I'm a fucking idiot. Do you think a real man would literally sit here, literally preaching to the choir, talking into my phone, the fact that there's fucking nothing else in here that can actually justify that maybe, just maybe, there are people on the other side of this camera who are able to talk back, who are able to exhibit any sort of emotion whatsoever, despite the fact my family are just downstairs and my brother is not here? Maybe that's just what it is. Maybe it's just because my brother's not here. Maybe I'm just missing my brother, that's all. My brother's not dead, by the way. He's in Dundee. He's coming back for Christmas, and I don't want to worry about my brother. My brother's excellent. My brother will just get on with it. My sister's excellent, too. She and her boyfriend have adopted a cat. That's very sweet. And no, this is also not me whinging about my life being a failure or anything like that. Just because just because I'm not in a relationship, or just because I'm not eligible to earn a PhD in biochemistry, or that I don't have a partner who's been with us for nearly 5 years, or that I'm married, or even I'm not worried about that. I'm not even really worried if I'm even going to be a success in my life. What I'm more concerned about, ladies and gentlemen, is what I've said before, is that even in death, I would still be a failure, because I've got nothing to be remembered for. Now, I know there's plenty of other things to be said that's absolutely not true, but that is the biggest fear in my life. The fear that everything I've worked for, people might not see this as valuable or anything like that. The biggest fear, and maybe this is just the fear of my generation at heart, is that for all the selfies and all the vlog posts and all the posing and all the flexing that goes on, that so many of people of my supposed generation of millennials keep being referred to time and time again, there is always the risk that nobody will bother to remember it anyway, because nothing about it is really that important. Well, you know what? It may not be important to you guys, but it's got to be important to someone. Do you think this is like one of those moments where I sort of realized that literally all of this was a mistake? Do you think I'm ever going to find real happiness in my life, guys? I do. But but it would help if, I actually had some success to it. I wish there was actually something I got out of all of these. Not even, people won't even comment or anything like that. People won't even talk to me about anything about the things I'm interested in. Well, they used to be. But I want to go back to the way things were. I want to go back to wishing I never heard of Hellgarden. I want to go back knowing that I wish I never heard of the... If I could do this all over again, yes, I absolutely would. And the first thing I probably want to do more than anything else is give the people who were making me feel so miserable a piece of my mind. But should I? I mean, is it not the more responsible thing is to like be much... Oh, who am I kidding? You know, I'm... Tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, if people are going to start getting out of line with me, I am going to let them know and I'm going to rip loose. I'm going to take responsibility, and I'm also going to take responsibility of my self-worth. That is the first thing I've got to do, and then we'll take it step by step. Welcome to therapy, ladies and gentlemen. Harsh truths to a brighter future. And that is my thought for the day. Thank you.